So today is the day before the NBA playoffs start.
Yep, NBA playoffs eve.
And in tradition with boring sports talk radio, we're going to do a playoff matchup of the NBA teams because
No one else is doing it.
nobody's doing that.
Yeah, it's actually a bracket, but with a real sport, not like a shitty sport like college basketball that shouldn't even count.
Yeah, so we did a bracket on our whiteboard and lined everything up and analyzed all the playoff matchups that we have. We have every matchup going into the finals.
Yeah, thorough and meticulous analysis of the playoffs.
And with a 1 to 2 word description of what we think the series is going to be like.
Like boring, fun, and stars.
Yeah.
Star names.
So
honestly, I should have just wrote wingspan for the Bucks.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
Or just dunks.
Or Greek free.
I mean, the Raptors and Bucks, we could have done just dunks because of Antetokounmpo and DeRozan.
Yeah.
Just high flyers.
So let's start with the West.
I don't even think actually Antetokounmpo is a high flyer. I think he just sticks his
he
long ass
has
arms up there and just dunks.
You don't really need a jump when you have an 8-foot wingspan. So let's start with the West. Warriors and Trailblazers, the 1 and 8 seed.
Well, everybody knows the Warriors just taking that.
Yeah.
We got the Warriors in 5.
Honestly, did you see what Lillard said last night?
No.
He said Blazers in 6.
Well, he's wrong.
Yeah.
But good for him for the confidence.
Yeah. Well, not really. Probably fake confidence, but... And I'm
You
sure
gotta believe in
Draymond is like just staring at those quotes because he's a psychopath, and he's probably going to shout that like when he beats him.
Is Matt Barnes hurt, or is he going to
He's going to miss like the first game, I think.
someone?
He'll be back next week, so he'll be back just in time for the sweep, I
That's
guess.
going to be fun.
I honestly want to see Matt Barnes just get into shoving contests with other people. Like
If
shoving
he gets
Lillard.
suspended for the finals, does he still get a ring?
Yeah, he does.
Nice.
And honestly, I want to see what he does to Lillard because I'm pretty sure he's going to get into it with Lillard. He's going to get into it with Lillard and CP3.
I think he's going to get into it with Mason Plumlee.
Yeah, he's basically their goon because the Warriors didn't really have one because Draymond Green can't be one because
he's too important.
Yeah, if he gets suspended, he loses the finals, and so that'll be Matt Barnes' role.
So I think the Warriors take that in 5. You said 4. But I think McCollum and Lillard can pull out one game at home.
Yeah, I could see that. Like if they get off from shooting from 3. I just said 4 because last year it went 5, and I think the Blazers aren't as good. They were a 4 seed last year, and now they're a 8 seed. But we'll see what happens.
I'm just realizing we only have one sweep listed up there, and that's the Spurs over the Grizzlies.
Yeah, there's usually at least 2, right? Or like one
Usually
in each
a
conference.
couple, yeah.
Well, it's because like this year the East. Well, I shouldn't say this year. The East is just muddled. It's just a bunch of shit, honestly. Even the top teams, the Cavs and the Celtics, have huge weaknesses.
Oh yeah.
If the Celtics and the Cavs were in the West, they'd be like 4th or 5th seeds. They each have like 53 wins, I believe, which is like what the Jazz.
If they had to play against Western competition, the Cavs would be like a 7 seed, and the Celtics wouldn't be in the playoffs.
No, they're garbage, and they're pretty boring. Even the Cavs at this point, they're just coasting.
So then we have the Rockets and the Thunder. We have the Rockets beating the Thunder in 5 because Westbrook's gonna.
Yeah, it's Westbrook
Well,
versus
one
the
game
Rockets,
there.
if we're just being honest.
And then the Clippers, we have them beating the Jazz in 6.
Usually, mostly because of experience, the Jazz and Clippers have comparable talent. The Jazz are way deeper. The Clippers are top heavy, but the Jazz just haven't been there that much. I think they've made the playoffs once in the last 6 years.
Well, the Clippers' top 3 are better than anybody on the Jazz.
Yeah.
Like,
I
by a
would
lot.
say the Jazz are gonna get 2 games at home because their role players are gonna like shoot from 3 and do well, and the Clippers are gonna take one at Utah, so they win in 6.
So in the second round, then we have the Warriors versus the Clippers. We have the Warriors winning that in 6. That should be a really fun matchup to watch. 2 high-flying teams with a very fast-paced offenses. Should be a lot of fun to watch those games. And then we have the Rockets against the Spurs, and the Spurs are going to take that. But I think it's going to take 7 games.
Yeah, Harden is gonna go off, and then they're gonna put Kawhi on him and slow him down, and that's how the Spurs are gonna win. The Rockets have a bunch of shooting, so that's what's gonna like propel them. They're gonna have 2 or 3 games where they just shoot lights out from 3. The Spurs have a better coach, I would say, even though D'Antoni's pretty good on offense. And I just trust them more in the playoffs. The Rockets, I don't know, they just have it's Harden and like a bunch of role players, and I just trust the Spurs a little bit more. So that's why we have them in 7. In the East.
Wait, we didn't go to the conference
Oh
finals.
yeah, the Warriors and the Spurs.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like a heavyweight fight, especially because the Warriors Kevin Durant mixes up the chemistry, and he's missed like a month. He's just coming back from the knee. And the Spurs, again, I think we're going to see Kawhi on basically everyone. On Durant, on Curry, whoever gets hot. And it's going to go 7.
Yeah, and then the Warriors win at 7, and they go to the finals. And in the next segment, we'll talk about the Eastern Conference. Okay?